Hi everyone, wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom Uvorach. This week we read the fifth and final book of the Torah, Parashat Devarim. Moshe Rabbeinu begins by addressing the Jewish people 1 month and 1 week before his passing. And the Torah gives us the location, the coordinates, the zip code of where they are as Moshe is delivering this address. And now the rabbis say, but we searched far and wide in the region, and the place doesn't exist. There's no such place as Bamidbar, Arava, Mosuf, Ben Paran. These coordinates, not only don't they exist, it's impossible. It's like saying to somebody, meet me on the corner of York and Madison. They don't intertwine. They don't overlap. This place that the Torah gives us doesn't exist. And our rabbis conclude, therefore, that the Torah is not telling us where the people are, but actually it was part of Moshe's speech, and he's telling them all the places that they've been to over the last 40 years. Moshe is tacitly rebuking the people for all their sins. And when he says Bamidbar, he's hinting the sin that you guys did when you complained about being in the desert. And when he says Lavan, as an example, he's hinting how you guys complained about the man. And Zahav, Di Zahav, right? He's hinting to them about how you sinned with Zahav, gold, the sin of the golden calf. Moshe is rebuking them by listing to them all of their sins in a subtle way in order to preserve their dignity. And there's a beautiful message about criticizing and rebuking. But my friends, it goes one step deeper. And I heard a beautiful idea from Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson. And he says like this: not only is Moshe rebuking them in a subtle way to preserve their dignity, but he's even giving them within the rebuke empathy of saying, I understand why you did it. I'm not justifying it. I'm not okaying it. I'm not excusing it. It was wrong, but I understand. So as an example, when he says, you guys complained about the man that was white, Lavan, but he's also saying, but it's Lavan, it's white, it's bland, it's boring. Of course you complained. Zahav, you sinned with the golden calf, but Di Zahav, you had so much gold that God, what do you expect of them? It's your fault, God, that you gave them all this gold. And so as he's rebuking them, but he's also empathizing. He's getting into their space. And this is such an important lesson for us as parents, as educators, as leaders, when we are trying to rebuke, reprimand the people around us for whatever they're doing wrong, how important it is for us to first understand why they're doing it. Where is it coming from? You know, sometimes maybe our children are acting out and we're all upset. Where's the respect? What's going on? But 1 second, says Moshe. Do you understand maybe why your child's acting like this? Maybe there's something going on in camp. Maybe there's something going on in school. Maybe something going on with their siblings. First, take a minute, understand it, empathize, and then rebuke. Maybe our spouse is snappy, or a friend or somebody is just, what do we do to them? I don't understand why they're acting all rude. Maybe it's nothing that you did. Maybe it's just something that they're going through. And sometimes taking a minute and understanding is so powerful. There's a beautiful story my brother, Rabbi Yaakov, shared with me that took place in Jerusalem around 100 years ago. Rabbi Aryeh Levine, they told the rabbi how there's a fellow whose store is opened into Shabbat and how we should excommunicate him and we should ban the store, cancel him. He's opening on Shabbat. And Rabbi Aryeh Levine said, well, before we do anything, let's take a minute and let's see his story. Let me see the story for myself. The next week, he got dressed, the rabbi, he got ready for Shabbat extra early, and he went to this man's store Friday afternoon, and he sat just watching. And there was so much business, so much going on, so many people, so much action. And as Shabbat's beginning, the man's store, of course, remained open. But he realized how much money this guy must be making on a Friday afternoon. So many people purchasing, so many secular people there on Shabbat. And finally, as Shabbat's beginning, Rabbi Aryeh Levine gets up and he walks out of the store, but he walks over first to the store owner. And he says, you know, they told me that you're open on Shabbat, and I said I have to first see it for myself. And after being here for an hour or so, I could tell you confidently that if I was the store owner, if this was my store, and if I was standing on that side of the table, and I was making as much money as you are, I don't know that I would close either. Shabbat Shalom. And with that, he left. And this fellow came to him, Motzei Shabbat, and he said, Rabbi, you are the first person that cared to see it from my perspective, to understand me. Thank you, Rabbi. And ever since that day, this man started closing his store on Shabbat because that's all he wanted, just to be understood. So sometimes helping the people out of the misery, the most powerful thing we could do is empathize, understand, and then we'll be able to properly help and lift all the people around us up to higher and higher levels of greatness. Shabbat Shalom.